6 simple steps to repair chips on ceramics. Don't pass it up, pick it up. While thrifting at this Goodwill, I spotted this cute cat mug. Goodwill was asking $2.99. Oh no, there's a visible chip. I'm gonna buy it anyway. Sitting on the counter at this Goodwill was this vintage covered porcelain dish. Goodwill was asking $7.99. I liked it. Oh, but then I saw a chip on the lid. The raised flowers on top were luckily in good condition. So don't pass it up, pick it up. In this video, I'm going to show you an easy way to repair chips in ceramics. Today we're going to work with 4 items that need repair that were purchased from thrifting. If the chip isn't very deep, one of the easiest ways to repair it is with nail polish. I'll go in there with my polish and I'll just dab a little bit at the chip. And we have another chip on this side here in the middle. And I'm going to dab a little bit of nail polish there. When it dries, it's undetectable. Once it is repaired, though, it should not go in the dishwasher. The next item I'm going to show you how to repair is something that you might have bought that is cute. If the chip had been around this rim, I would not have purchased it because you don't want to be doing this type of repair where your lip would go or a beverage would go. But this chip is a little deeper. It's not a level chip, so I'm going to use my wall spackle that I purchased from Home Depot, and I'm going to just dab it here, and I'm going to get it level with the ceramic. I like to tap. I think tapping is one of the best ways to get it level and even. Move some of the excess. Now that looks good, nice and filled. That will be set aside and let that dry. So we'll move on to another item. This is a figurine you might have seen on the thrift store shelves. It too has 2 chips. They're a little deeper. So once again, we're going to go in with our spackle on your finger and come in, and we're going to dab it in those 2 spots. Less is better. Try not to put a whole glob in there. Use your fingers to smooth it all out. Once again, I love to tap. I think tapping gets everything nice and level. Okay, I think that's nice and filled. I remove some of the excess. That has to go aside and let it dry. This item is an antique. It has a little chip. I'm going to fill it. Tap it in place. This takes practice. Always try to remove some of the excess. That's nice and leveled. Now we'll set that aside and let it dry. The spackle has dried on our 3 pieces that we're repairing today, so it's time to paint. You'll have to mix your paints until you get to the right color. I was able to mix this to match the brown, and I was able to mix this pink in which to match this pink lid. The black, I'm going to use nail polish. Now what I'm going to go in here now that it has dried, I'm going to go in there with my 400 grit sandpaper, and I'm just going to sand it so it's a little smoother and wipe away the dust. Same with the hat. I'm going to come in here and sand it. And wipe away the dust. And again on our nice Art Deco piece, our vintage piece, sand it and wipe away the dust. All the surfaces have been sanded and we are ready to paint. I'm going to start off with the handle. I'm going to use glossy black nail polish. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to paint over that chip. Now, I may have to do it a few times, but now it's concealed. So we'll let that one dry for a little bit. And we'll move on to the hat. With the hat, I'm going to go ahead and use the brown. And this is nothing more than craft paint. And I'm going to come in here now and I'm going to just paint over that spot. There's a little nick here. And then we have a larger nick. I'm going to have to hold it up a little bit. And then we come in here and we paint the little brown spot in here. And we're just going to check it over. Don't want a lot of paint. We just want enough just to blend. Now, sometimes you're going to feather it. The feathering will help it blend into the item better. So now we'll let the hat dry. And we'll move on to our vintage piece where we're going to need a little bit of pink. I'm going to come in here. So what I'm going to do is remove a lot of the excess. So there's just a little bit of pink there, just a hint of pink. And we're going to let that dry, and we're going to go back with the gold. While the paint dries on my other items, I'm going to use this product. It's a gold, kind of a gold shiny paint. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put just a little bit, less is more. Because I didn't like that color pink, I'm using it just as this under color. I'm going to come in now and do the rest of the repair with the gold. I'm trying to just feather it in place so it matches the other piece of gold. Oh, that's great. I'm really pleased. I'm going to hold this up and let you see how nicely that worked out. So now we'll let that dry, and we'll move on to the final stage, which is the acrylic topping. To give our repaired items that nice, glossy, original ceramic look, you need an acrylic top coat, and I recommend clear nail polish. Went back to our red dish, and I want to add just a little bit of polish just to bring a little bit of a luster. And on the other little chip, right in here, I'm going to put a little bit of acrylic. Beautiful. Now we'll let that dry. And we're ready to put some clear acrylic over the handle. Feather it in. And we'll let that dry. Come into the hat of our figurine. A little bit of clear. It will level itself out, so you can put like a little bit more than you think. I'm going to come in underneath because we painted here too. Give it that, feather it in. And it probably needs another coat. Your finger is your best tool. And now I'm going to come in here again, and I'm going to cover right across the top. And we'll let that dry. And we'll go back to our vintage piece where the gold is nice and lustery. We'll go ahead and give it a little bit of acrylic. And it's done. All right, we'll show you the final of our 4 projects. And the handle is good. The hat on our figurine is nice and even. The little bit of acrylic we added to the dish. God, you can't even see the spot that we worked. It's done. And once again, this is restored. The little chip was right in here, and it is thoroughly filled and concealed. So filling chips on ceramics is very easy. And you can save a lot of beautiful things that you thrift and bring it home and you spot a little chip. So this was ceramic chip repair from Serenity Shares.